Hey guys, welcome to Fantasy HQ for another week of fantasy football talk.
Woo.
We're here with the lads. To your left is Red from Myrmidons FG.
Nailed it.
To your right is Mitch from Mitch's Lads FG. To your middle is moi from Goose FG, Alex. And a big week of fantasy football. A lot of low scores actually. Painful week for injuries. We'll get into that in a little bit. But some positive news. Please, Mitch, the player of the week at least. Let's just start off. We'll start off high.
You want to start high?
We'll start high and then we'll just drop everyone.
Start high, hit them low. I
Yeah.
like it.
I prefer the come down.
Yeah. I've got a big come down list coming. Well, this week we'll start with an absolute bang. Latrell Mitchell made one error and that unfortunately cost him 100 points. Ended up with 98 points. 3 tries, 2 line breaks, 5 tackle breaks, 1 try assist, 12 tackles, 200 run meters. Couldn't mention all his stats. We don't have enough time.
He was incredible.
But that was a beast game.
Latrell.
Yeah, big week for Mitchell's out there.
Yeah.
Big week.
He didn't join the 100 Club with Corey, which is a bit
No.
disappointing. We wanted him. We were riding him at the end there. He had enough time,
He did.
but he just
He
didn't.
pulled his hands back. Him and Boyd both got to the ball at the same time.
Could have been even more. Could have been 110.
Could have been.
So now we'll hit the lows. We'll hit the lows, Mitch. Let's hear all the injuries and suspensions. It's just a big one.
It's a big week. Sit down for this, please.
Take a sip before you start, mate. Wet
To the
whistle.
fallen.
Yeah, to the fallen.
Sad news out of Brisbane, which makes me really happy. Andrew McCulloch out for 6 to 8 weeks, so cash cow hooker coming in. Love it. Kick out, it's a bit of an interesting one. They were suspecting pretty serious injury at the start.
It looked serious.
Looked very
Looked
serious. But they reckon it's scar tissue from his previous injury. So he might play this week, but 1 to 3 weeks, they're saying. Our frequent flyer this year, Isaiah Yo. He's looking about a month, roughly. He's not getting a shoulder reconstruction. He's going to try and do some rehab. So we'll see how that goes.
The early talk was season, and
Yeah.
then they lowered that. So good.
It's just like one of those coupon things where if you get injury enough, like you get a free trade.
Yeah, maybe.
Surely, like, the
Could
fourth
be.
time's a free trade.
I need them.
We know you
I
do.
need them. I need the trades.
Malachi Watin-Zelezniak, he's indefinite with ribs. A lot of rib cartilage issues getting around at the moment, so it's just when he can play with the pain. This one really hurts me. This was my masterstroke at the start of the year, and he's gone. It probably hurts a lot of people going into Origin. John Bateman.
This is the big one. Big one.
Dude, that was so upsetting.
Mm.
Who doesn't
Especially-
love John Bateman?
Round 12, he was like the best option going in.
Yeah.
DPP.
Center.
He's now left us in the ruin in the centres.
Yeah.
Damn you, Bateman.
Made us a lot of money there, so that's nice. Look, they're saying if he does need surgery, 6 to 8 weeks, needs surgery could be 10. So we'll have to see how that goes with the surgeon. Corey Norman, look like he's starting to find a bit of form there for the Dragons. Looks like he's about 4 to 6 weeks as well. Josh Maguire, 1 to 2 weeks. Joey Leilua, not really sure. Only read neck and indefinite, so don't really know what's happening there too much. Philip Sami for the Titans, 4 to 6 weeks. Tyron Roberts looks like he's about a week.
Concussion.
Lachlan Croker looks like he's about 1 to 4 weeks. Vanilla Blake, Red, 1 to 2 weeks.
Manly can't catch a break.
I can't catch a break. Fuck Manly.
And Liam Martin with a 1 week suspension.
Yeah, he could have been an absolute gun bringing Liam
Yeah.
Martin for a cash option at Penrith. But,
Especially with Isaiah Yo. You know.
yeah, and kick out, but wasn't to be, unfortunately.
That would have been too simple.
So, are we all going to do it at the same time? Let's get into... I can't do it.
You can't do
I
shit.
can't do it.
And that's the end. That's wrapping it up. This isn't the symbol for Wall Street.
Oh, okay, sorry.
That's the end of it. It's
No, I
a
was just
wrap-up
trying to
thing. You don't know
Pump
anything.
everyone up.
You're the worst.
I'll just point
So welcome to Wall Street, where we talk buys and sells and buy bewares or pump the brakes. If you haven't watched a video yet, why are you watching all of a sudden now? And
Love
know
it,
what
though.
Wall Street is, but welcome
Welcome.
aboard. Yeah, welcome aboard the crazy train. So I made a point last week of saying that if someone screws up in terms of a sell, then we have to start with
Who
sells.
screwed up?
Oh, you wouldn't believe it, mate. This guy Red has absolutely
Oh my
done it.
God.
Yes. I said sell Clint Gutherson, and the dude went out and got a runaway try, which brought in
Don't
62
justify
points.
it.
I'm justifying it, like you justified Braden
Every-
Burns'
Everything else was gold, Jerry. Gold.
So I'm gonna go first because mine was a sell, and I effed up. So my sell is Josh Adokar. Yeah, I know. Shouldn't be selling your own players, but I do believe that Josh Adokar. One, because we were talking about this in our brief before we started. You got to start preparing for round 12, and he's one of the guys you got to get out of your team. So he's
People
actually
have him.
13%.
No
of
way.
fantasy players have Josh Adokar.
That's insanity.
13%. So with a break even of 46, and the past 3 weeks being 33, 48, and 27, and the two low scores are when he scored tries, by the way. That's a high break even. Doesn't play round 12. He's only averaging 36 over the last 3 and 40 for the year. And at 563,000, there is many better options in wing fullback. So I think for 13% of years out there, you just got to get rid of him. He's just not fantasy relevant at this point in time.
As well as that, the only way he's not playing for the Blues is if he gets injured. So
Yeah. So you're going to miss more than just the round 12 game. You're going to miss other games because I don't imagine Craig will let him back up. Next sell. Alex wanted to go first. We're actually going to make him go last. So we're going to go with Mitch.
I begged him. I begged him at the start of the
He
year.
did. And I can't believe
Thought that
people
was like
still
a dick.
have this guy, but Jacob Host.
I'm
I still got him.
Wow.
Well,
He looks promising.
hadn't Fanua Blake's been out for a bit.
That's fair enough.
Needed some backup.
But 350k, there's plenty of cash cows out there. Trade him in, get the money, invest it elsewhere. Break even of 18 this week, actually not that high. He might hit that. But he's really got no guaranteed minutes, no job security.
No.
I just don't see a lot of upside there.
Yeah, there could be some decent cash cow options coming in with all these injuries, so I'll put them at the bottom of the screen like last week, so you can check those out.
I think the only thing with Host is you might get, like if Frizz goes to Origin, you might get him in there
But
for
then-
a few extra points, but
That's still
realistically...
the second big
I
one.
know, but you're still like in the interim, like the in-between week as well, where Frizz will be out playing Origin. That like maybe the only thing that might make people hold on to him, but just for the fact that there's still players that are going to play that anyway, it is just going to get rid of him. I can't wait to get rid of him.
I do want to get rid of it, but the injuries have taken a bigger knee this week, unfortunately. Give it to me, Red.
No, you want it?
Give it to me.
So we're going to go into buys now. All right, Alex, tell them all your rubbish, sell.
So, the whole point of Wall Street is, we've said it before, but just to remind everyone, we're not here to fuck spiders. We're here
I
to...
hang on all. Fornicate with arachnids.
Okay.
Save for work. What if you're watching at
We're a
work?
PG show. Okay.
Put shoes on caterpillars.
We're not here... No, I like fornicator with a rest.
Sing to the
I
deaf?
can't even say
Yeah,
it.
that's
Play
nice.
charades with a blind?
Yeah, it's good. That's
Hey?
We
good.
didn't even plan these.
We're not here to.
This is... So, there's obvious sells, obviously.
Yep.
You know, like Harris Tavita. Like, we don't want to say these names because it's like...
It's a cop out.
It's a cop out.
Yeah.
So, I'm going big. I'm going Tedesco.
What?
James
I'm
Tedesco.
going James Tedesco.
This is why you have
Does
to
he have
get
a
here
distant-
on time so
Yeah.
we can talk about
Does
this.
he have a brother that's playing really badly?
No. Hear me
James
out.
Tedesco.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Here we go.
Alright. We're going into round 12. People are going to need money. If you didn't have Bateman, you're going to have to sell another big gun to get all these really nice forwards that are coming through for that round 12 period. Maybe even Adam Reynolds. I'll mention him later. Foresight. He's got a break even of 64. He's in 35% of teams. A lot of people own him. I've had him from the start of the year. I was big on him. But the last 3 weeks, he's averaged 43. 2 scores in the low 30s. His points per minute is 0.59. And okay, we all know he can break a tackle. He can also miss one. But I just think if you need the money, he's ripe for a sell. Now, you can always... He'll probably score 3 tries
Hope so.
this week and
Gonna have to.
absolutely burn me. But, I just think there's better options out there. Going a bit of a risk. Don't have to listen to me, but I'm just
Never do.
balls to wall.
That is ballsy.
And I'm just going to leave it out there.
I-
It's recorded now. I can't take it back.
I want to say one thing in support of your harebrained ideas. Obviously, he's going to be playing for the Blues. He's another knockout car. Injuries and anything that's going to keep him out of Origin.
Yeah.
Which he's known for.
Well, before the Roosters, yeah.
But, so there's a good chance that you're going to miss a few weeks during that Origin period. But it comes back to the thing, do you trade a keeper?
Yeah, that is a big thing. But if you need the money, I'm just saying, I'm leaving it there.
Are you trading him out, though?
Well,
Not this week.
I think a fair point with that
Harris
is...
Tavita and Bateman. I'm sorry.
Actually, with Tedesco, and I'm looking at the Roosters, they've got a lot of depth. they don't actually need him to back up. So a lot of the good fantasy players who went and played Origin, like Cam Smith was one of them, you know, I like to brag, he would actually back up. Whereas I don't think the Roosters have to do that. They're in a position right now where they're not with any necessity to make it play.
No.
And they're not losing heat to their team to Origin. Like, they're going to keep Cooper there. They've got plenty of people in place to actually just play. So he doesn't have to be there. So he could miss a fair chunk of games that you would expect him to play in between the weeks.
Consider it food for thought.
Yeah.
Food for thought out there.
Alright. Food for thought for a big sell.
Interesting.
Alright, buys. Alex, we're going to go first with you.
Because I already spoiled it.
Yeah, because you already ruined it.
Alright, Adam Reynolds.
Oh, did not see that coming.
What?
728k, only 8% of teams. Goal kicker, playing round 12. He won't get Origin. Cleary will. Let's not, bullshit about that. Cleary's getting it.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say to me. His highest score was 80 this year with no tries. His lowest score has been 41. So if his lowest score is 41, I think
That's pretty solid.
he's averaging 55. He's only had one try all year. So South have been scoring a lot of points this year, which is probably helping with goal kicking points. Getting at least another 10 per
Try
game.
assists in there, but
Try assist as well. He's got a great kicking game. He does all the kicking because Cody doesn't.
He's usually tackled on the
And
Cody, so you can't even get him.
yeah, exactly, he likes to run the ball, so he's that option. So I love Adam Reynolds, and I am bringing him this week straight swap for Bateman. So
Alright, well, not bad.
Reynolds.
Round 12.
round 12.
And you got a tough game that week. So Para Rabbitohs. Look, I'm not saying that they'll dust you, but get the sweeper out there. Is it at Bankwest?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay, stand a chance. Never mind. But still, no, Adam Reynolds good pick. Really love the pick. Ticks almost every box.
Does.
Good for you, mate.
Yeah.
You're gonna enjoy that.
I'm not giving you one.
Who should buy, mate?
Look, it's every fantasy coach's dream. Let me paint you a
We
picture.
got a 30-minute show, mate. Let's.
It's like Christmas came early. What do you want? A cash cow hooker. What do you got? A cash cow hooker. Jake Turpin. Must have.
So is this like a wake-up blowjob?
I don't know.
Or something?
Better.
Is this the fantasy version of that?
It is.
Do we cut that?
No kidding.
He's 248,000. He played 2 games last year. Scored quite well in his limited time on the field. Break-in of 18, and he's looking at getting about 6 to 8 weeks, so he should make a fair bit of money.
I bet Broncos are ruining the decision to get rid of Nicarima right now. Like, that
looks
is
silly.
just terrible hindsight. He could have slotted right in there. Nicarima has played that hooker position before. Dumb.
Yeah.
Dumb.
No, I agree. I think, well done the Warriors, Congratulations, you totally swooped on him, and you put him in a worse position. If I didn't know there was such a thing with the Broncos, to be in a worse position, but
No
good
top 8 for
lord.
the Broncos.
Well, they still got Darius Boyd out there, so need we say more.
Can the Heat just be done?
That's a whole
He's
other
played his 300
conversation.
games, get rid of him. Isako should have been there from the start, and then he wouldn't have been done. But anyway, good call. Cash cow hookers.
Yeah.
Yes, big fan of those.
Absolute must.
Very, very rare. Because the most recent one was what? Brayley?
Really, yeah.
Yeah, last year.
They're just
Well,
not. They're just not
Marnie?
common anymore.
Marnie this year, yeah, actually.
Actually, yeah, Reed Marnie.
last
So
year.
Reed Marnie and Brayley have been the 2 most recent ones, and they're rare. So nah, if you don't have a ridiculous amount of injuries, or you're actually trying to get some cash for some of the big players for round 12, there's your man.
Agreed.
The judge. So my buy seems a bit obvious, but we've all suffered the hardships that was the John Bateman injury. So it's just like when you have a bad relationship or a bad route, you just move on to the next one. And this is Hudson Young.
It's a very M-rated episode.
Yeah, we get saucy.
We're on a theme.
Yes, Hudson Young. Don't do him young.
Might have to cut that one.
Plays round 12. So literally just plug in and play for John Bateman. He actually had a good week last week
He did have a
with
great
the
week.
John Bateman injury. So he got a bit of a meat pie. Got 46 points as a fill-in. 4 tackle busts, and he made 22 tackles. So I kind of tried to forget the try. Just the fact that in a small amount of minutes, he actually only got 22 tackles. So there's a lot of traffic that went his way, and if not, he wouldn't have found it.
No.
And I think he's going to be a really good bring. He's definitely going to play 80, looking at their bench this week. They've got Simonson and Havili. So I can't imagine he goes anywhere else, and they'll just chop and change with the forwards. And at 213k, plug and play for John Bateman.
I like it. definitely on my short list of Rams this week. It's actually a tough decision for you all two, other than Reynolds. Like, I think
Look at the last us.
Reynolds.
Oh, sorry. I forgot we don't actually buy our own players. Cool. So now comes the hybrid segment where we talk about either a pump the brakes or a buy beware. Now, we went all the same way last week. Please tell me we're not doing that again. We actually didn't prepare to figure out whether we'd done this or not when we promised that we would. So I'm going to go first and hopefully avoid being the dude who does it all again. Now, this is a little special mention. I'm doing a buyer beware.
Oh, okay. I'm probably rest. I'm good.
Wait, you're different?
I'm different.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be the swing later then.
Beautiful. My buyer beware is Justin O'Neill.
I
Now,
love that bloke.
I love him too. As much as
He's a great bloke.
he's so good, but he's just not fantasy relevant.
Shout out to him, his family.
So he actually, just to give you a bit of an idea on what he did last week, he scored 61.
Great.
He had 7 tackle busts. Now that is one shy of his season amount the week before that. He's at 447k, so he seems like a cheap guy and he's playing in round 12, but good lord, unless you're super desperate, he hasn't scored 40 or more before that. So just don't even bother. Like, people are going to rush in, oh my god, he scored a try every game. No. He didn't even score over 40 when he scored a try every single game. So avoid him like the plague.
My problem is with him is he's only in the team because, Ben Barber at the start of the season and lack of depth in the backs. Carl Felt as well, yes.
So
and
don't rush.
he was playing in the wing, that's where he was scoring all the tries. They moved him back to his preferred position of centre, where he played his Origin career.
Well, he played at Melbourne, and you pretty much guaranteed a ticket to Origin if you played Melbourne.
Very, very true. And I don't know. I'm not sold on him.
Me either.
I like the bloke.
Love
Never
him.
been a good fantasy
Yeah.
player.
Just a great bloke.
That's all you got to say. That's fair enough.
Who knew we'd support Queenslanders? Weird. All right, cool. Mine's out of the way. So we know what yours is. We're going to Mitch, because now we already know what yours is.
Pump the brakes. We're singing this week,
We're
apparently.
singing. We're
Um,
doing an M-rated show.
AJ Brimson.
AJ Brimson.
Yeah, he had an
He's been
absolutely
saucy.
amazing game last week.
Off the bench.
Rest of the year's been a bit up and down. Look, in my opinion, his best position is fullback. He finally got a game at fullback because Michael Gordon got concussed in like the second minute, and he was the best player in field. This week he's up starting at 5'8". Tyron Roberts is out.
Yep.
But he's obviously no guarantee to stay in the starting lineup. Michael Gordon's back now. Tyrone should be back the week after.
Yeah.
But if he does go to fullback, he'll be my team that quick.
I think we all agree here. If he's locked up a starting spot in that team, he's a must bring in. He's red hot impact player. AJ Brimson. So either 5'8" or fullback. If he wraps up either one, we got aging players. It's Gordon.
Well, I think the hard thing for them is Gordon, you kind of can't get rid of him because he's such a good goal kicker. He's striking at like 80% for his career. He's amazing. Like, Flash has just been so good for them. And if they actually do score a try, he converts it. So, like, it's just, I don't think you can give him up as much as, and as dynamic as AJ Brimson is as fullback. I don't think he can get there. And I think Tyrone Roberts has been better than Ash Taylor. So he won't lose his spot.
Nah.
And they won't give up Ash Taylor, even though they should. He's been horrible
Well,
because
I
of how much they paid for him.
Michael Gordon should just go to the wing. That's where he started his career.
Well, yeah, he actually played really well for the Panthers, but I don't know.
Get rid of back crack.
Not the Don.
Not the
He's
Don.
so good.
Don is good.
Don is good.
Yeah, well, okay, not a bad option.
No, I love that. Love that title. Yeah. I'll pump the brakes. Sorry.
Just
Pump
be
the
careful.
brakes,
Just
mate. Pump
don't go nuts.
Can I pump the brakes even further, Mitch?
We can try.
Okay. I'm going to put this one to the floor. Chris McQueen, 276k, 6% of team somehow. I don't know, did everyone just bring him in this week? I don't know how he just bumped up. Anyway. He's got 2 weeks of 80-minute games. 33 and 34 points. He's got a break even of 1. Looks appealing. He's not. He's not playing round 12. Garner's like pushing back for his spot. The only reason he didn't start last week was concussion the week before. And then he came on and killed it still. So I think Garner will get his spot back. Late mail, check it out. You got Lawrence still knocking on the door for a return. And he's just not the player he was. He's never been a good fantasy player, McQueen. He loves a missed tackle. So I'm just... loves it. So I'm just saying pump the brakes on him. Very appealing, that cheap, and low break even, always appealing. But I think there's better options like Turpin, and there's better cash cow options this week. Hudson Young, like you guys have already mentioned. So pump the brakes on Chris McLean.
And you don't play round 12.
Don't play around 12.
I don't know why people are bringing him in.
Crunch time, people. Crunch time.
You got to start thinking
Crunch time.
So passionate. I love it.
you don't want to just overhaul your team and only have round 12 players. But good lord, don't go bringing in people who aren't even going to do anything in round 16 anyway.
No.
Yeah, well, we're done.
Is it right over left or left over right?
I don't know. I just did it one
I feel
day.
like the people at home are doing it.
Mitch just does this.
Out the tail.
It's like left under and then
Don't call the hospital. It's not an athletic fit. He's
It's
just
a
trying
seizure.
to
It's a
do
seizure.
it.
No, it's just like that. So
Guys.
left under over the top.
Guys, I've got some more questions this week. Some
Ooh.
Q&A from our
Wait, we're
from
doing
our,
Q&A?
from our watchers. And
We need prepared.
No,
we need to be prepared.
I think this is a better segment if
Preparation.
I just throw it at you.
All right.
So
Can I
let's
just
just
throw my glass at you?
let's
Throw
just,
it. Let's see what sticks.
all right.
A pickle.
I don't know how to say this, but I hope this isn't your real name. Loxol Voxol. I pray your mama didn't hate you that much. Great name. That is your real name. He says total of 8 players for round 12 so far. Is panic the right term?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
No.
Still 8 players. Look, what?
7 trades.
7 trades potentially you can do now between now and then. For me personally, I don't want to have 16, 17 players. I like to aim for that 12 to 14. If I can have, a good 12 to 14 players playing, I'm happy. Because there's no point bringing someone in who's going to get you 20 points, you can trade out again because you just wasted 2 trades for 20 points.
It's especially common when you bring in like a wing fullback in the week or something like that. Not a consistent forward. So if you're depending on players to score your tries for 1 week, you're playing fantasy all wrong.
Yeah, I think there is a good combination of 15. I don't think you need 17. I think 15 can be the winner here because the amount of trades that you have between week 12 and week 16 is enough to get you another 15 if you have quality players that actually play but aren't actually in round 12. So if you have like your James Tedesco's, your Kalen Pongers, your Roger Tuivasa-Sheks just sitting down there waiting to be played. The later ones, I know there's going to be Origin in there, but like the quality players who aren't playing Origin, they're the ones you want to have just sitting down there. And you don't have to worry about trades. And you have enough if you prepare your team well enough.
Well, looking ahead to round 16, there's some solid keepers in that round too.
Absolutely.
So I think that's the more important buy round. Better teams playing as well.
I think there's a lot more guns in that round.
Yeah,
so I think
definitely.
you got to prepare your team this week for some mediocres heading into round 12, but I think you got to prepare for your absolute guns later.
Yeah, absolutely.
So no,
Thank
don't
you,
panic.
Voxol.
Great
Appreciate
name.
it.
Great name.
Good question.
Lachlan Scott, you guys going to bring in Tamalolo when his price drops? Question mark.
Can I take this first?
You may. Go for it.
I already have.
Yeah, he brought him in last week.
Last
Scored
week.
that try. Still didn't score as well as probably you would like.
But you know, I looked at it and because I thought about this heavily, and I'm so glad I did because with the Bateman injury, like it could have been a straight swap, but realistically, he still scored well, and his break even didn't change that much. Like he lost about 20k, which wasn't a huge
Not a bad
amount.
deal.
And
For a keeper.
for him, yeah. So he's one of the players I was talking about. So in round 16, I'm not getting rid of Jason Tamalolo. He's sitting down there waiting for the week after,
Yeah.
and he's going to play every week. So he's not playing for Queensland or New South
No.
Wales. Those are the guys you want, like the Kiwis, the Tongans, all them, because they're not playing. So they're the safe bets.
The Brits.
Hmm?
The Brits.
Yeah.
Yeah, next week for me, unfortunately. He was in my plans this week, but with Bateman and Harris DeVita and some good cash cows, he'll be next week for me.
Yeah, same for me next week. Tamalolo. So freeing up a bit of cash with that Turpin bringing this
They
week.
always copy my
And
team.
then after this week, no more players bringing into my team that aren't playing round 12. I swear.
It's a
But
lot.
I'm guilty for
So
a
full of
trade.
it.
I'm the worst at just throwing trades.
Alex has the least amount of trades out of all of us.
The
So if you want
least.
to talk about panic, he's got it.
Yeah, so
He's at the disco.
Voxel, I know what panic's like. Alright, so that's the Q&A for this week. Thanks guys for sending all the questions. Sorry we picked the best ones.
Rough.
Now the league report. The NRL Fantasy Guru League that we have running on the Fantasy app. If you're in it, you're qualifying for this. Who got the best score of the week? It goes to...
Drum roll.
Thank you. His name is 2018 Year of the Warriors. So, great name. They're killing it.
Blocks the box up there.
But he had a great week for it, and this is a low score for the highest score. This shows you how many people struggled this week. He got 940 points, and he was the highest score out of how many other people? Like 210? Something like that.
That was fair amount.
And the leader of the league holds his spot, whatever it takes. 7184, doing well, mate. And I guess that wraps up this episode. Stick around. Stick around, but there's another. We're putting up another video, so
Watch
today,
this space. Got you covered.
We got you covered for round 12 buys. We're going to tell you who you should bring in for that big round 12. Who the best options are at this stage. So stick around for that. Mitch, what can they do?
Like, subscribe, comment. Keep the questions coming, guys. We love it.
I think I grabbed it in the last 2 weeks. So I've got that one in there.
Nice.
I wrote it down.
Nice. Good for you.
Capitals. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Subscribe.